Okay, so some of my assignments are a little more fun than others, and today would be one of those. I am at Del Papa Distributing, where they have once a month, the third Thursday of the month, from 5 to 7, a free beer sampling. And they are going to sample craft beers this week because this is Craft Beer Week. I have with me Jeff Wheeler, who is the brand development manager for Del Papa. So tell me about what is a craft beer and how is it different than other beers?
Strict definition, craft beer is anything 6 million barrels or less, traditional ingredients, and it must be independently owned. So that's a Brewers Association definition of a craft beer.
Okay, are there a lot of craft beers out there?
There are over 2,000 in the nation now, which is the most that has really ever been since the beginning of Prohibition. So there's quite a bit.
Quite a few craft beers. And these, to me, when you say craft beer, I think of people making beer out of their homes, their cellars. Is that what's going on out there, Jeff?
There's some of that. That's more homebrew, but some of the home brewers transitioned to craft brewers, so and opened up their own brewery, and sort of get distributed and get to the market. But
so not all beer's the same. I mean, when you taste it, tell us about the different tastes, the different types of craft beers.
Well, the ones we're tasting Thursday, Firestone Walker has a full range of different styles. So they have anywhere from a Pilsner, which is a German-style lager, to a real big and bad IPA, which is it's an ale it stands for India Pale Ale, so it's going to be real floral, a little bit hoppy, kind of bitter at the end, but in a good way.
Hoppy. What's hoppy?
So there's
I'm happy, but what's hoppy?
Well, you're happy when you get hoppy, for sure.
Okay.
But so there's a few ingredients in beer: water, malt, barley, and hops. So hops is the spicing agent of beer. So hops adds bitterness to the beer, balances out the sweetness of the malt, can add floral characteristics, floral, perfumey, citrus characteristics. Some beer can taste like grapefruit just strictly from the hops, no grapefruit at all.
Are these some of the things people will learn when they come to the beer tasting? Tell me about the beer tasting and what actually happens.
So from 5 to 7 every third Thursday, we usually sample all craft beers. You can come; it's free to the public, and you get the same amount of tickets that we are sampling beer. We teach you about some of the nuances of what we're sampling, the differences in the styles of craft beer, what a craft beer is, and it's really just a good time. Everybody gets to, be social and drink a bunch of beer and
hang out.
Hang out
and talk about beer.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about beer with Cole Kephart. You are with Firestone Walker, and you guys are launching this beer. Step right up here and tell me about this beer. Maybe let's pour it and taste it. I mean, I came to interview you. I think you should give me some of your beer. Yes. So tell me about this beer, what it tastes like and how it's different.
So the first beer I'm going to try you on, or one of the only beers I'm going to try you on, is DBA. It's an English-style pale ale that's fermented in oak barrels. We're one of the only breweries in the world to actually do this. We're doing it to impart some flavor on the beer, so you'll get a nice caramel vanilla characteristic on the beer.
Why are you coming to our area to distribute this beer? Because you're just now launching this beer. Why here in Southeast Texas?
We've got a huge draw for our beer. People have been blowing us up on Twitter and Facebook, demanding our beer in Beaumont. So here we are, finally.
That's great. Now, can we get your beer in local stores?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's available in H-E-B's, Specs, some of the other smaller independent guys as well.
Okay. Can we get all the craft beers that you guys sample here at your beer samplings at the local stores?
Yes. In fact, we usually have a list of all the places where you can get each beer that we're sampling. And like you said, H-E-B, Specs, Miller, Sam's Package, Deb's Liquor, Longhorn Liquor are just a few of the independent places. So
you can get it everywhere.
It's pretty well widely distributed in the right places. So it's and some of them have special releases that we only get 10 cases total company. So it's kind of a hunt to go search for these special beers. Divine Reserve actually just came out from St. Arnold's, which is a one-time release, special limited reserve. So
wow, there must be a run on that. Then
there's
people
a huge
go,
run.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, people line up for it, so it's great.
Really?
And the same thing will happen with their special releases.
Are you going to pour me a beer?
I think we can start pouring the beer.
Okay, I want to try it. Now, it's real light colored. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a nice little amber hue to it. That comes from the barrels. The barrels are actually giving it its color. Like I said, it's an English-style pale, so you're going to get a nice malt characteristic on it, and then some of the caramel and vanilla as well.
All right, I'm gonna taste it, and you can taste this tonight here, Del Papa Distributing for their beer tasting, and yes, cheers. Like I said, Nicole, You know, some assignments are better than others. This is delicious. I'm Shelly Vitanza with SoutheastTexas.com for SETX Live.